Aloha, it's Leo Johnson Providence, the Oracle Leo, giving you a sky chat on the progression of men going through and escaping narcissistic relationships with women as women are in their schedule of becoming. I have a women's academy, right? We're trying to move this line a little bit, but we got to go through this maturity phase. So I'm in a homeless shelter right now. I lost my daughter. The woman, my ex, was magnified by Sky Echo Pencil. And so it's an unbiased power that works. So whatever that true essence anyone would have, it's going to magnify it and give it a power and command over the world. So there is a structure to this, though, within the etiquette of, the evolutionary schedule of humanity. Our universe has rules, yeah? And so these rules are that in order to plane up to the next level, there has to be an establishment of the pillar of good at the highest magnitude that can move the line. And it also has to have an establishment of the pillar of what is evil. It just has to be that way. There are rules, so don't burn the messenger. I'm the oracle always. I'm unbiased, okay? You can have your opportunity. But my ex was the one universally to accept the role to be the pillar of evil as the woman. From here, though, the promise is Sky Echo Pencil is going to magnify and activate a next evolutionary element within the human mind, within women. And it has to start and hold the gravity. Chickens out there, right? Hold the gravity of all that is to come. So with my ex being the willing participant to be of evil as a woman, as a mother, having done it twice with children, and having the reins now to spread that model of deceit and evil, it opens the universal theater and landscape. This is something that has to be done by universal decree, by way of how the universe works. It has to be done. It has to be written, and it has to start in this fashion. So what I'm telling you here is to have an understanding of the quantum universal intelligence behind the theatrics, pretty much, the scene, the sky, of how I, being the oracle, did in fact be given the appropriate woman to establish this baseline so that it can open up the portal for all. And it's on the upside of cool because there's no lower that we can go, right? It involves a woman, it involves a wife, it involves children. And so there's a sacrifice, yeah? I'm not in control or choosing the sacrifice. It is what it's going to be of anyone who walks this path and raises their hand and accepts that they're going to move the evolutionary line of humanity. This is how it works, okay? So there are standards and etiquettes within our universe, which I know that I can share with you. And it may help you be orientated in the many model expressions for where you're at in your individual sky, situations, circumstances, and planes of intuition and epiphanies that you're getting, and whoever may be in your life, and why, and what are they doing there, and how are they there, and what's the purpose, and what's going on. All of that can be made clear, as in our trajectories of life. It's not all about get what you want. That's not how it works. If we're going to be in congruence with the harmonic genesis and construct and creation of a pure design within humanity, within our minds, within our networks, social atmospheres, within our municipal systems, police, judges, prosecutors, public defenders, all that. And it's going to take a revamping and rebirth of all of that, but it has to start with a seed. So we need the undeniable demonstration of the best of the best being unlocked and made available for the free world, yeah? Only after establishing the anchor point of that new line that has been established, of having established the worst of the worst, so that the fallout line is, that's the worst. So it can only go up now by universal decree. You see that? And we want to do that first, okay? That has to be done first. No matter how abrasive this may sound, and the idea that our universe, our God, the Christ essence, I like the story of Jesus. I call it the story of Jesus and not about believing. You see that? But it's really the Christ, right? We want the God essence of Christ to be our Savior as an essence of our direct lineage from God coming down to us, okay? I actually kind of say still, you're going to hear me say this again, that Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, okay? And that's a bridge. There's an essence in that that's a bit more sophisticated in how I say it. But it does get the ball rolling because there's a catch and carry model, okay? We can't just do a big old leap here. You see that? Takes patience, takes time. It's all true, it's all good, yeah? But has to get organized for where people are at today. So I afford that risk, but it's really a Christ essence of God that each of us have, and we are of God directly. And Skygo Pencil bridges without any intermittent entities in between the Christ essence in you, which is the purity, the universal alignment, an essence of you with the highest of the high. That's what I do as the Oracle. I know how to do that, and all the hows and whys and the organic pathway in the organic becoming. It's just the clarity helps. Makes it easy. But anyway, no matter how we would say and see it as seemingly bad, as the romance and abrasiveness at this higher level of evolutionary plane and pinnacle of what Skygo Pencil makes available, we got the anchor points. If we can get around that, it's the encouragement to see that one that had to be done by universal decree, and we can have a sky chat on that, right? If you get in the academy, we'll talk about this and seed this quantum universal intelligence to your mind of how the universe works, the design of life, and magnify that Christ essence in you to where you're sovereign. You're a sovereign being, yeah? So that's one, it had to be done. Two is it does, in fact, now that it's done, open up infinitely without artifact the potential possibility and universal permission, fortitude, for us to go further. And we can go as far and as fast as we want. It depends on our inner character, courage, and clarity, of course. And there's always a choice, and there's consent to allow this quantum universal performance and the phenomena within it to be introduced into your life, yeah. But it's really awesome. It is an inescapable evolutionary step. We were saying that the human brain, like we use about 5% of our brain, we're magnifying that and entering the theaters of our mind, and Skygo Pencil brings a gift, an extraordinary evolutionary gift to humanity. So this is my role as the Oracle Leo, is to introduce this to humanity, and provide the appropriate standards and gates. We're mostly a gate. I'm a gate. The Academy is a gate. It's an exposure of a extremely high level of universal intelligence, which has a quantum influence, which shapes our lives. So as we go through this, and we all get to choose, you'll get to choose your intention of entry, okay, of why you came here into this life. Skygo Pencil is going to put you on your direct roadmap and give you an access to power to ensure that every step you take counts. Every step that you take is not so much of a distraction or unappreciated diversion away from your life progressing step by step by step by step. However it may look, as the worldly world, we're all human, but we're not all, I guess, significant universal beings. And I know the language is abrasive there, but there's an actuality to the truth. You come into the academy, I'll warm you up to this a little bit. It sounds horrible, yeah? But there is an actuality, we can exist as humans on a survival base, my, more, me, want, just get what I want through any means of deceit, lies, running, hiding, cheating. But there is an element of some human beings are merely proxies, unactivated and insignificant in the roles, but they do get this gift of life, but it's almost like filler, so to speak, yeah? So I'm not the one to judge to say who's who, okay? I am the Oracle. It's just the clarity of actuality. This is true. And some people are universally significant And most of that is going to be by way of their inner choice of what they choose for themselves and decide to pursue and make of themselves, and discover of themselves and become of themselves within this lifetime. As the sun is the only thing that powers the life expansion of vegetation, quantum universal intelligence, quantum universal performance, all of that universal intelligence is the source of the becoming of the mind of a human being. Okay, so we can use that as like a metaphor. All right, so that is true. So it's about how much do we know. Down here in our worldly world, we like money, and money is the greatest distractor, as it has to go with that. Some of these quantum universal standards, by universal decree, we have to have some things in place. We have to have a caliber of a distraction equivalent to the caliber of access to freedom. Okay, this purifies the game of life. We have to have these methods. It can't all just be easy, And this is where discernment comes in, and we have to think. And so all of this comes into play as we organically become as human beings, to learn these universal skills and to entangle our essence and purity and success into the phenomena of the universe, where we're universally supported and we're not working so hard through our strategies, which is where the play of deception, deceit comes in. It looks very appealing, if we're one of the proxies, more like a proxy human being here, it's going to make sense, and that provides the contrast in landscape, which is to be many, for the few to rise above, cream of the crop, right? Like, we pour our coffee, it's not full of cream. The cream rises, so we need, if we just look at volume, it's only a thin layer of cream, right? But underneath that, there's a heavy volume of filler, or not even filler. Well, it's not cream, you get it? So it's about rising above. So there's a lot more proxies, a lot more natural, earthly beings here who really aren't touched by the light or invited to be, universally acknowledged, And so that can be frustrating for them if they come to see for themselves that they are a proxy. This is why I don't like saying nothing like that. You see that? I just kind of let it roll. I'm just going to do what I do, But, yeah, it's all on the upside of cool, and it's some really cool stuff. The establishment and sacrifice with our daughter, between the two, it's like heaven and hell has to be here, So there's the pillars of my being the oracle. It's of honesty, purity, and then my ex being a pillar of what would be considered evil. It is an actuality of deception and lies and strategic gains at all costs. Everything is done, right? We have the established. I chose to participate in this role. My ex did choose to participate in her role. She's enthusiastic, she's excited, okay? And the sacrifice would be of myself and our daughter, because the young child, it's a child, this is a generational game. Our daughter is the first sacrifice, and her sacrifice is what opens it up for your family. You see that? To go forward, because we have to, by universal decree, establish the anchor points of how the structure of the universe and the design of life works, all of this life, you see that? So it has to be done. That has been done at the tax of myself, even my ex, because ironically, she wants me. You see that? But she can't get me. She's not getting me. So she's not getting what she wants, and that's the pinnacle of her. She's going to be able to get everything else, though, by way of her deceit. You see that? So she sacrificed, if we can have compassion to see it that way, like beyond our emotions, or natural impulse to say she's bad. She's qualifying something that I will want everyone to respect, all of you, and appreciate in a weird way. It's supernatural, okay? The quantum universal intelligence brings about a quantum mindful wellness, right? And this is how I'm smiling, but it's not anger. It's an understanding, and it's a clarity mostly. Understanding is kind of dry. Clarity is entangled in the fabric of universal life, which ties and has an element of our actual experience to it. So we can understand something, but that's not really the game we're playing. We can understand how we got in school. What's this, what's that, what's that? Test time comes, they ask, what's this, what's that, what's that? And we recite it back, and then, we call that understanding. Clarity is something that's entangled to our, and bonds to our essence through an experience of life, of a concept, of an intelligence, and then there's a life expression that we live through that's in alignment with that clarity, and now we have the clarity. It's a soulful thing. It's a life thing, tied to our blood, yeah? So that makes it clear just on the structure of what's going on with the dynamic of family that I escaped because it's hard to get out of. And she couldn't do it by herself. She isn't like a natural person. She was magnified to become supernatural through Sky Echo Pencil. And also she suffers from undiagnosed, but it's covert narcissism. So the characteristics of her narcissism allows her to be of someone who could enjoy and see a sense of power within self to be able to get the gains that she would get through deception and lies and manipulation and isolation and excommunication. So she's a very special woman, okay? But she had to be the best of the best, and she is. She qualifies, so we're done. So now we're actually free, okay? This is a weird kind of loop here. The oracle's in O, but it's like we're going to cycle through this. I don't want you being preoccupied with the trauma and drama of our daughter, myself, or even her. That's already done. I want you to see now for the gift is now we can make headway as that baseline has been established to go forward. And don't attempt, highly recommend, don't attempt either by me or anyone to try and get into this sky of the Trinity of myself, my ex, and our daughter to figure it out. It's not gonna work. There's no way. It's just gossip and talk. It's the highest of the high. It's gonna jack you up, and I will have to acknowledge if you're in the academy that you got tripped up and you can't get out, which means you would be out of the academy. It's really about us designing a new Atlantis. We have the mindful capability now, and we have the phenomenal influences of the universe, which is an access that Sky Echo Pencil brings. I, the Oracle, will teach you that we are really becoming a significant universal participant, And so this is awesome. It's good stuff, right? So we pay the tax. The tax has been paid. Focus on yourself. Focus on what you're learning in the academy, okay? Listen, I'm going to give all warnings. Don't fear so much, slipping into a dark side. You see that? It's going to be your choice. It's going to magnify your essence. That's what it's going to do. And there's a gating and guiding structure that I have designed within the academy to give you extraordinary opportunities to purify yourself and make your choices. But they are definitive. It's definitive universal clarity that I'm providing you with the universe within your soulful essence, the design of life, and all of this new quantum universal performance field, yeah? So through the structure that is prepared, it will be definitive that you will have made your choice. But you'll have an opportunity. You're in command of your choice. You see that? So don't fear. It's the fear that goes towards the evil that we start chasing and racing and clinging and cheating and lying and all that, stealing, But I'm going to do my best just to give you make it available. I'm not going to control you. I'm not going to push you. It's all by consent. You can stop whenever you want. We say in Sky Echo Pencil, it's a revolving door. It takes life. You're going to go through your ups and downs and seasons. It's a pretty advanced academy, You're going to know when it's time for you to take a break. When you take a break, do not diminish, destroy. Call it Highlander effect and Lucifer effect, right? We don't want that. Going to get you through that to just take a break, yeah? To where there's no resentment, We're really going to purify our organic minds. And we're going to go from the top down. Again, no intermittent entities. I like the story of Jesus. I think it's very powerful as a heads up. You see that? But in actuality, what Sky Pencil does, there isn't It isn't required to have any intermittent entity, masters between you and the source that I'm going to make available. It's just the way it works. You see that? I kind of fit myself back in the world to be kind of relatable, right? To express that, I do appreciate the story of Jesus, and it's not to be believed in, I would say. That's unnecessary, but there's wisdom. There are things in the story which are good, and it's just really watching the belief, though. Not saying, it's just saying we don't have to believe at this point in Sky the Pencil. Proof is in the pudding, okay? So the expressions of universal life, okay, is connecting your inner essence with the God source directly. That's the idea. That's what it's designed for, okay? But there is a Christ essence, okay, that comes from God that each of us have. So it's kind of like a tight parallel. Jesus Christ, Jesus. Just getting the intelligence organized, okay? So you guys are incredible, all right? So this is a celebration. We completed the mark. That means right now, what the foundation said, we have the sacrifice, we have the pillars, right? We got the binary code set, undeniably demonstrated and experienced by real souls in this world who accept their part. The child, of course, doesn't have a choice. She will have her choice. You see that? Her choice has been taken away. As it's to be first, has to be the bottom first to choose forward. But she has that essence. She's of me. Come on, right? She's going to get it, all right? So it's relax. Never mind that sky. It's for you to recognize the potential now is wide open. The work has been done. You see that? All the pain, has been done. All the sacrifice has been experienced and endured. And now it's time for you to thrive. Okay? All right, you're incredible. Togetherness is our life. Humanity is our family. And the world is our home. I'm the Oracle Leo. Check out Sky Echo Pencil. For the Academy, if you really want to get into the game of universal life and become more of a universal participant and more of an evolutionary human being. Okay, we're going to be far beyond outside of the proxies. We're going to shape and design and create the future of what's for us as it relates to the unfolding of life and our actual experience. And we're going to get away from the deception, the lies, okay? Women have a sweet spot for you, okay? You are to be the queen, of the universe. That's the only thing that can burst something is something of the woman. If we think masculine, feminine, God, of course, is the woman, and male, masculine, all that. But we're kind of done with the male. The power of Sky Echo Pencil is on the feminine side for males also, right? Women, men, all. Okay, I give you a heads up. It's going to be heavily involved on your feminine essence, right? Like my feminine essence. We're going to connect with that, not the masculine, strategic, divide, conquer, deceit, cheat, lie, all that stuff. We're getting away from that appropriately. So we're politely excusing ourselves and graduating without resentment and anger. So it's really just, all right, well, let's just start moving on, okay? Let's get on the upside of cool, all right? All right, you're incredible. Togetherness is our life, humanity is our family, and the world is our home. I'm the Oracle Leo. I'll see you soon. All right, bye-bye.